Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that recently I took Kensington for a girls trip to visit my best friend Erin in Atlanta. In my mind, I pictured it was just me and her, it's gonna be smooth sailing, super easy, and that was not the case. So as I was filming and posting on Instagram stories, I got a lot of messages from mamas asking if I could do a video with tips and tricks, what to do, what not to do, and hopefully you guys will learn from the mistakes I made. All right, mamas, whether you are traveling with your husband, with a friend, by yourself, I highly recommend making a list. You can never be too prepared, especially when you're taking a flight with little ones. I'd rather be overly prepared than underprepared. The night before, make sure to grab a pen and paper, whatever is easiest for you, and make a list of everything you can think of that will help you on the flight that you need for you and for your kids. Definitely takes a lot of preparation. I tend to be very last minute with things, and I'm learning that's not the way to do it, because then you can be very forgetful and then you think, why did I not remember to bring that? So learn from my mistake, ladies. Be prepared, plan way ahead of time so that your trip is not stressful and everything goes according to plan. So when we ended up checking in, Kensington and I, the lady automatically said, you're probably gonna miss your flight, so let's just book you on the next one. So I was pretty bummed. We had 5.5 hours from the time we got to the airport to when our next flight was going to leave. So I had to figure out how I was gonna keep Kensington occupied for that long, because I was planning on just going through security, getting on the flight, having 2.5 hours, and we would be there. So I did pack in a little pouch some little Hatchimals that she really liked, and I brought some books and little things. But 5.5 hours, she was bored after like an hour with her toys. So mistake number one that I made is I did not bring an iPad. Who does not bring an iPad on a flight? So that was number one. Mamas, bring an iPad. It helps tremendously. Even if you don't believe in iPads, or I get it, you don't want your kids to have a lot of screen time. I limit my kids with their screen time, but the one time that I feel it's appropriate to have an iPad is on a plane, because the kids love it. They'll keep occupied, they won't be bored. And so I didn't have mine, so I gave Kensington my phone a lot, so she played a lot of games and things, which made it hard for me, because in my mind I was like, okay, I can get some work done, check emails, play around on social media, and I didn't have my phones. Some things that I did bring with me that I think are very helpful is I love packing cubes. If you don't have packing cubes, you definitely should invest in some. I'm in all different sizes, and they keep your stuff so organized. It is so nice. I put all of Kensington's like socks and pajamas and stuff in one, and then I'll have her outfits for the days packed in another. So it's really nice. We separate all of our stuff, so it's really easy to keep track of and just keep everything organized. Also, make sure to bring a change of clothes. I didn't originally have a change of clothes for Kensington in my bag, which I'm learning to always bring a change of clothes. And so as I was checking in for the flight, and they told me it was going to be like a 5.5 hour delay until my next flight, I randomly thought, okay, let me grab an extra pair of clothes out of my luggage, and I am so glad that I did. My mommy and her instinct kicked in at that time because I needed it. Kensington ended up having a blowout on the plane, and luckily I had a change of clothes. So definitely always bring a change of clothes, maybe even two, because you never know what is going to happen. Always make sure you have plenty of diapers and wipes. You can never have enough diapers and wipes, I feel like. So just make sure you pack enough in your bag. I always keep extra wipes in there, because wouldn't that be horrible if you were like on the plane or something and ran out of diapers or ran out of wipes? So definitely make sure you have plenty of those. I am a huge germaphobe, especially in the wintertime with flu going around and all the germs and stuff. So I brought a ton of Purell hand sanitizer. I keep probably 2 or 3 of these either in my car, in my purse, in my diaper bag. I always make sure I have hand sanitizer. And I always have these Purell wipes. So these are really nice too if their hands get sticky, or if you want to wipe down like the tray on the airplane. These are great. I actually doubled up. That's how crazy I am right now with flu season. I wiped everything off with the Purell wipes, and then I had the Clorox or Lysol, I'll have to check, spray, and sprayed everything down as well. So I doubled up to make sure that everything got cleaned, because we all know they probably do not clean the airplanes. They're really dirty and gross. So definitely make sure you bring sanitizer for the flight. Another thing that I make sure to always pack is children's Motrin, because you just never know. Sometimes their ears hurt on the plane. Sometimes they start getting a cold from flying and being around all those people. You just never know when you're going to need it. So it's always nice to be prepared. So I always have children's Motrin on me. And I always bring Claritin or Benadryl, something for allergies. My daughter got diagnosed with a milk allergy, and sometimes you just never know if something slips in there, or if something was made in a facility with like milk or eggs, or she's also allergic to peanuts. So I always have an EpiPen on me and Claritin on me just to be safe. So I highly recommend it. You can never be over prepared. You never know what's going to happen. It's better to be safe than sorry. I also always bring these little bags. These are great to keep in your purse. They're really tiny. They don't take up very much room, which is great. And it's nice to, if you want to use it as a garbage bag, if you change a diaper and need to throw a dirty diaper in it, you can just seal it off and you're good to go. So these are actually really, really great to have. I love these and keep these in my car and in my purse. So definitely bring these with you. Another thing that I highly recommend bringing that Kensington loved to play with, I brought a lot of stickers. You can always get from Target. They have these little like window clings, which are great. And I think kids really love playing with those. They're not messy and they can just cling them onto the window in the plane. I also got these little mess-free coloring, which is really, really great and keeps them occupied. They love it. Kensington had a good time playing with it. They come with these little markers that don't actually color. They're clear, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about, like, knowing Kensington, she probably would have drawn all over her face, all over her arms. Like, you name it, she will do it. She thinks everything is makeup and tries to draw on herself. So I stick with the mess-free with coloring, which is nice. These are also really great. They're Melissa and Doug, and they're called Water Wow. And these are also no mess. It's in storage so you don't lose it. All you do is take off the cap, put a little bit of water in it, and they color with the water. So it's really, really nice. And again, mess free, which is the way to go, especially on an airplane. She loved this. I also had a just tiny little itsy ritzy bag, probably about this size, that I put little snacks on, which are great. I usually bring some organic fruit snacks and some little lollipops. She loves like suckers, stuff like this, just stuff that she can suck on. I think it helps too with their ears, because you know how like their ears, or everyone's ears get clogged and you get the built up pressure. I like to have stuff she can kind of like chew on or bite on, just to make sure that her ears don't bother her on the flight. So I do bring some little suckers and like gummy bears, fruit snacks, anything like that. So I did bring some snacks, which was great and kept her occupied. It's also great to bring some books. She loves little princess books, and the ones that make noise, she loves these as well. I actually didn't bring these, but I wish I would have, because it would have kept her occupied. But I guess it could be kind of annoying to the people next to us. I always feed Kensington before we get on a flight and always change her so she's nice and fresh. I've never had to change my kids on a flight, and this time I did 2 times, and I was so nervous. I like was kind of having anxiety when Kensington told me she went to the bathroom, because I've never changed a baby on a plane before. So what I highly recommend, we're gonna go back to these. Either these or just bring regular garbage bags. So I had a changing pad, but still it just kind of grosses me out. So I asked the flight attendant for 2 garbage bags, and I put 2 garbage bags down on top of the changing table in the bathroom, just to make sure like everything was covered. I didn't want to have to deal with like just any of that, because I think it's really, really gross. So ask for garbage bags or bust these out, because these will work too. These just aren't very big. You'd have to use a lot of them. So I thought it was good to ask for a garbage bag. So that definitely helped. So I'm glad I had a change of clothes, or I would have been screwed, to be honest. So always have a change of clothes. Another thing that I highly recommend to bring is a jacket or a blanket for them, because flights can get very cold. I'm either like really hot on a flight or really cold, and I always like to have a blanket or something just in case she does get chilly. That's always good. Another thing that I always have in my diaper bag or purse are these boogie wipes. These are great because I feel like if I use tissue a lot on my kids' nose just to wipe their snot or whatever, it's pretty harsh on their nose, just because it's so dry. So I really like these boogie wipes. I get the unscented kind. They're all natural, and it's just saline, alcohol-free, hypoallergenic, and these are great. And so I really like how gentle they are on her little nosy. So those are good to have. Another thing that I highly recommend is I have a tiny mini little backpack that I brought for Kensington, and that's just kind of where I stored all her stuff, like her snacks, extra clothing, some of her little books and toys. It was just kind of nice for her to have, and she really liked that it was her bag with all her little toys and stuff in it. So I highly recommend that. Your kids love it, and it's something special for them. So make sure to pack something extra that they can kind of carry and feel special with. Another thing I am so glad that I brought, put this on your list when you're traveling, is a extra charger. This one is so nice. I plugged it in the night before. I got this on Amazon. It's an Anchor charger. It is heavy duty and it lasts forever. Like, it holds a charge for so long. I cannot even tell you how many times this has saved me. Ever since I updated my phone, I think I have the 7 Plus, my battery runs out. Like, it'll be at 100 in the morning and it's down to like 15 in an hour. It is horrible. I need to get a new phone. This thing saves the day. So since Kensington was on my phone constantly, I just plugged this in to my phone. It kept it charged all day, which was really nice. So definitely make sure you have one of these. I'll make sure to link it. It has great reviews. You will love it. I actually want to get one for my husband and have a backup one. They're that good. I promise. They're so good. I have to say, Kensington was such a trooper. She didn't cry once. She was great. Again, the biggest thing was she wanted an iPad, so she watched my phone a lot and played with a lot of toys. So yeah, that's the one thing I definitely learned from this is mamas. One, when you are traveling, don't book a 6 a.m. flight. What was I thinking? I thought it was going to be convenient, and it was just a train wreck. So try to get a later flight, because you don't want to get up at 4 and be rushing around and your kids are tired. So I don't recommend it. I won't be booking any flights that early anymore unless it's like me and my husband or me and my girlfriends going on a trip. Another big tip that I have is it is okay to ask for help. I always feel like I'm super mama and can do it all on my own, but ladies, it is okay to ask for help. I had a huge thing of luggage and I was trying to push Kensington in a stroller and pull a huge piece of luggage, and I had her car seat on my back and my diaper bag. It was a lot going on, and I think everybody saw me kind of struggling. So finally one of the ladies that worked at the airport asked if I wanted help, and I said yes, and I'm so glad I did, because I don't know what I would have done. It would have probably taken me 2 hours to try to get everything from point A to point B. So I did have somebody help me. He put everything on one of the little luggage trolleys, so it made it a lot easier because I had a lot of stuff. And mamas, you know, when you're traveling with toddlers, you pretty much have to bring everything in your house with you because they need everything, and anything you don't bring, they're gonna need it. So if you think they're not gonna need it, just bring it anyways, because you can never be too over prepared. And I learned that this time. So next time I'm gonna plan way more in advance instead of just like the night before, so I can have my list all ready and really think about what I need. Okay, so those are all my suggestions. what to bring when you're traveling with kids or with toddlers or babies. If you have anything that you travel with that you think are absolutely must-haves, I would love to hear them. So comment below and let me know what you bring when you're traveling with your little ones. That's very helpful. And if you like my video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.